Trent was there when my channel took off.
Yeah.
We had our first animations. Got a lot of attention, like the ones we did together. We did like an RPG series animation.
And the tailing missions.
And
Yeah.
that was kind of for the next 8 months. It was just animation after animation. I did 3 a month somehow. I was cranking them out.
That's
like
nuts.
add like 2 or 3 a month, and those were the things getting the views. But I always made sure to still do live action, still do other stuff, and just do what I want to do, because I knew I could get pigeonholed hard. And I still did. I think I ultimately, like, my animations are still the things that get the most views.
Yeah.
But I think by like being like, hey, I'm not just the animation guy, it showed enough people that now I have like a tight audience of like, which a lot of people, 100,000 people who will watch whatever I put out, which I'll take that any day over 4 million people who are just waiting for the one thing, you know?
That's
yeah.
yeah. You just call me out.
Oh, well, you have the food
Right, it's
content.
like,
Yeah,
no, it's like, well, that's
It
the
just
thing
has
is
the-
like, I
yeah.
have I would take that over like any day. I would take 20K people that coming back video to see all of your videos. Then,
Yeah.
you know, like, I mean, I have like 4.6 million on TikTok, but like a lot of those people just want to see me like give a food hack, or they want to see me cover myself in sauce.
Yeah.
Like, and it's like, no, I'm not the sauce guy. I was the sauce guy. I was the food guy. And now it's like,
Yeah.
I'm kind of just trying to, you know, kind of like honestly do a little bit what you did, was like, oh, I'm not just animation. I'm just kind of just want to do whatever I want to do now, you know? And I think that's a good philosophy for doing any content. And I think
Yeah.
that's kind of the approach that you take.
It's a bad philosophy if you want to make money.
Yeah.
It's a good, like, it's a good philosophy if you want to just like be happy.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think the platforms are prioritizing the content of the videos over the creator of the videos. I think like art in any form is always most interesting when you engage with it at the artist level, and you're like, what else have they done? What is the breadth of this person's expression? It's
Right.
like, yeah, he did this movie, but he also did this movie. It's like, oh, he did this song, but he was in this band, and he was in the, and like
Right.
getting a full feel. And the platforms right now are like pushing the thing that did well, do that again. And because it's
Right.
like,
Yeah.
you know, it's like the algorithm should be like, hey, you liked this video, how about this one that's a little different, but
Yeah.
by the same artist, or by somebody the artist knows, or by, you know, they're, and it's just doing it for clicks, obviously, and
Yeah.
it's working because they aren't changing it.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, it's like your food, like instantaneously, I think the algorithm knows that, like, oh, you did a video covered in sauce.
Yeah.
Let's show that to a million more people
Yeah.
than we show anything else to. I don't even think it's like an initial engagement and it snowballs thing. I think the algorithms now detect that video is a food covered in food video. So we're going to actually show that, and we're not going to show it the
And
other thing.
It's actually frustrating for creators because it's like kind of like your animation thing, you know? And it's like, like the sauce thing too. It's like, that was 3 years ago. Like, I haven't cooked a recipe on my page in maybe a year and a half. And people are like, oh, you do food stuff. I'm like, I haven't done that in a while. And then like also the sauce content, people are like, oh, you cover yourself in sauce. I'm like, I haven't done that in 3 years.
Yeah.
But it works still now. Right now I'm like trying to like build up my Instagram. And what did I do? I went to my Reels tab to see if it works. I reposted all my sauce videos, and I'm almost at 100K in like a month just from reposting my old sauce videos on my Reel, not even on my feed. I'm like, right now it's like videos are getting like 100,000 millions. I'm like, why does that work? I don't even like that content anymore.
Yeah.
I don't even do that content, and it works over and over and over. And once, I don't know what it is, but I think that's what leaves a lot of creators like getting that short-term success, and then they're like there and they're like, oh, I'm not happy now.
Yeah.
I'm like, I now what do I do? Like, I'm not happy. I'm
Yeah.
only doing this, and I don't like it anymore. You know? I don't know.
And it's
But-
such a sad message to send to anyone who wants to be an artist. The second you try something else, is like, don't do that. You know,
Yeah.
it's like, oh, bad idea. Don't do that. It's like, if I was thick skinned enough to be like, the views aren't my desires, you know, but like, if you're somebody who like, you saw that big spike in views from one thing, you're
like, get
gonna, and
addicted
you're
to the high,
chasing that.
too.
You're chasing
Yeah.
the dragon of the views, you know?
I mean, I used to sit
Yeah.
there just refreshing my page to
Yeah.
like watch the videos, like the views increase for a while. Like I
Yeah.
remember once I first started TikTok, I would do that. I'd be like, refresh, and it'd be like, okay, 100 views, 300 views. Oh my God, 1,000 views, 10,000, a million, 3 million. I just like
Yeah,
kept
yeah.
like refreshing to see my numbers go. But it's like, it's like kind of messed up. Like you like you're like addicted to it. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's weird, but
And on a
and then you
fundamental,
want to keep redoing it. I don't know.
on a fundamental level, it's like, that's a cool thing. It's cool that we have the internet, and it's cool that the internet gets our stuff out to so many new people. And it's a cool thing to see that people are engaging with something you made, something about you, something, you know. And I don't think, I think like sometimes we're a little too down on it, is like, oh, you're chasing views. It's like, no,
Yeah.
I want to make stuff that connects with people, and views to some level are some sort of degree of measurement of connection with these other people. And, you know, if art is anything, it's a shout into the unknown, like, do any of you get this? You know,
Right, yeah.
whether it be the stupidest fart joke or the
Yeah.
most like deep and sincere thing, you're throwing something out there to hear an echo of people being like, yeah, that rocks. Or,
Yeah.
And I don't think, I think views are a pretty hollow way, and I don't think they're always accurate, but it's like, it makes sense that that's exciting. When you see the views going up, it's like, okay, the thing I made is there's something to it, you know, and
like it's good.
yeah,
It's just
And-
like
but-
a good form of validation, really.
Yeah.
Like it's like reassurance that you're doing something that people like, and not only just to make yourself feel good, like, oh, I'm doing something good, but also like I made other people feel good. If they like this, then it's like